Let's explore generosity. What is generosity? Generosity is the gift of giving. Generosity is really an expression of love. Generosity can be seen as overflowing love. When we feel the fullness of love, we can't help but be generous. This generosity is not something that we do, but it's more of our quality. This spirit of generosity is really one of sharing. Simply put, generosity is sharing. In order to share, one must be open. As one is open to give, one is open to receive. One experiences that giving is receiving. That's why I say that it's the gift of giving. As much as you are giving, you are also receiving. That which you are receiving in the moment of giving is intangible. You may be giving something tangible, but that which you are receiving is intangible. You are experiencing the joy of giving, the joy of sharing, the love of giving, the love of sharing. It requires this opening that we can't give when we are closed. This closure cuts us off from receiving the gift of love. We must open up to love. The more we open, the more we are open to receiving. You experience yourself as an open channel. This channel flows both ways, giving and receiving. This is why it's so powerful to give. In order to give, you must be open to giving. This giving really opens you up. It's a way that we let go of our selfishness and become more and more selfless. This openness is our true nature. Generosity is an expression of our true nature. Our true nature is abundance. Generosity is the expression of abundance. The more we open, the more we are experiencing this abundance. We are going beyond our self-imposed limitations and feeling an expansion, an opening, a boundlessness. This boundless bounty can't help but be generous. But like I said, this generosity is really a quality. It doesn't really have much to do with what you are giving, but this giving is just how you are. It could be very simple. That you are generous with your gaze, your smile, your attention. Generosity has nothing to do with money. We typically limit ourselves by saying, I can't be generous because I don't have that much money. But generosity is not limited to money. This generosity is really associated with our true nature, which is abundant. This generosity is an expression of the fullness of love. As we open our heart more and more through giving, we experience this fullness of love. We overcome this selfishness the more giving we are. Greed is of the mind, but generosity is of the heart. When we are giving, we feel this fullness within ourselves. Our heart is full when we are giving. This is the gift of giving. You could see it as a win-win. That when you are helping another, sharing with another, you experience this fullness. You may say that I love giving because giving feels good. In the time of giving, genuine giving, we are selfless. When we're experiencing this greed, we are selfish. So we let go of our limitations that keep us closed. And in letting go of these limitations, we are open to giving. The more we give, the more we experience this opening. And it's much like opening a gift, the gift of love. You feel this fullness. This love is transforming us. It's a significant shift. That we go from being a taker to being a giver. This giving is just the way we are. And it's so natural. It's so rewarding in itself. We are experiencing this abundance. This abundance is the absence of the sense of lack. When we're experiencing greed, we are experiencing lack. When we experience generosity, we are experiencing fullness. So we shift from greed to generosity. We shift from scarcity to abundance. This fullness that we're experiencing is the fullness of love. It's the fullness of life. We experience a new quality. We become rich. Now, this richness that we are experiencing is not limited to money. Let's make the distinction that wealth is associated with money, but being rich, this richness, is actually a quality of life. The way you would describe a dessert, perhaps a chocolate cake, being rich, what are we really saying? It's full of flavor. It's intense. It feels like it's so full, so intense that it's bursting. It's so satisfying, so complete. That then we say, this cake is rich. It's a quality. Our life becomes rich. Everything that you are experiencing becomes rich. The five senses are rich. They're so intense, they're full. So we start experiencing this richness. And it's really this richness that we are experiencing, that we are sharing it with others in the form of generosity. And like I said, it doesn't have to be limited to money, as many make the limitation. But it's more of this quality, this generosity, is this expression of love, this richness of love. That you can be generous in your gaze with people, your smile, your time, your energy, your help, your support. It's just how you are. And you find that in these experiences of sharing, it's a joy in itself. The very act of sharing is so fulfilling in itself. This act of helping, opening up, is so fulfilling. Because we are actually experiencing our true nature, which is already fulfilled, which is already whole, which is already complete, which is love, which is abundance, which is this richness that I speak of. Being rich is your nature. You can be wealthy, but still feel a great sense of lack. You could be wealthy and still live in fear of scarcity. One who's rich does not experience the sense of lack, does not experience the sense of scarcity. This richness is your quality. There's a richness to hearing, or seeing, tasting, or smelling, touching. It's just so rich. The life takes on a new quality. Your life becomes richer. And generosity is a natural expression of being rich. Like I said, it has nothing to do with your bank account. You can be wealthy, but not generous. But when you're rich, you can't help but be generous. This generosity is an expression of your true nature. Everything that you do has this quality of being rich. When you walk, just to get the mail from the mailbox, this act of walking is so rich, so full, so intense, so complete, so satisfying. You are not experiencing lack. You're not experiencing that something is missing. It's that fullness, that intensity, where you feel like you're bursting with this richness. That you can't help but share. You're so full of life that you can't help but express. Generosity is sharing. To share, you must be open. That's why the very act of giving, the very act of sharing is so powerful that it opens you up. The more you give, the more you share, the more open you are. That you're letting go of your limitations and you're experiencing more and more of your limitless nature. This abundance that you are is limitless. You're giving and there's no strings attached. You're not concerned with what you're receiving. You're not giving just to receive. It's not seen as a transaction. It's experienced as just, it's your nature to give. That life itself is giving. This quality of giving is creative, supportive. So this gift of giving, generosity, is very powerful. The act of giving starts transforming you. Once you taste that abundance, once you taste that love, once you taste that joy, you want to taste it again and again and again. And like this, it starts to become your way of living. It's just how you are. And like this, you see that your life is becoming more and more beautiful. That when we're always trying to take, life appears to be ugly. But it's when we give that our life becomes beautiful. We start experiencing more and more harmony in our life. As we are open we are experiencing both the giving and receiving. There's no blockage. There's no stagnation. There's no resistance. It's an open flow. It's a channel. There's a current or currency that you're experiencing. One that you're not attached to that which is coming and going. You're feeling the fullness of life, the aliveness of life. This richness is so subtle. But also so profound. It's something that you can't help but want to share. And this could be just simply sharing your time, sharing your presence, sharing your energy. But you do experience this transformation. It's the transformation of love. That by opening up more and more to love, you see that it's very natural to share. And in sharing this love, you see that it's also transforming those who you share with. And like this, you start seeing how it all starts with you. That a simple act of opening up, sharing, giving, is much like a flower opening up. Sharing its beauty. With those who are experiencing the flower. This generosity is genuine. It's coming from the heart. And when it comes from the heart, it touches the heart of others. And in a way, it can inspire others to open up. And like this, it starts transforming those around you. Those who are experiencing the gift of giving.